my gosh, I'm live. This is incredible. I have been trying to do a live for the last 2 hours. I am the founder and facilitator of Alchemy Vibes. I set up Alchemy Vibes because I wanted to show people that there's a different way to live and give people tools to calm down the nervous system. I'm really passionate about that because I lived in a state of fight and flight for years and years and years. And I was constantly living on the edge of my nerves. I had really bad mental health. I've got a diagnosis of bipolar, heavily medicated, took drugs for a long time, went down a dark rabbit hole with that, and then got clean from drugs, and then started living on the edge of my nerves again. Wasn't ideal. And for the last 14 years, I've been searching and searching for tools to help me in calming down my nervous system so that I am not living in a constant state of jangling nerves and worry and anxiety and stress and depression and manic thinking and other things like that. And your system gets used to operating from that place because it's waiting for the next bad thing to happen. So your system is constantly pumping adrenaline and cortisol around your body, and you're living from the reptilian part of the brain, which will keep you in a constant state of anxiety. So yeah, based on that, I started to play with tools that can help me with this, and there's quite a lot of things I do. So I'll talk about Alchemy Vibes in a minute, but the main thing that I do for me is exercise, hot yoga. My body loves hot yoga. Like, it just calms down my nervous system. I get a really good workout for it. That's why my hair's wet now, actually, because I've just got back from really hot yoga. And it just changes my mood because it relaxes me. And I also do a lot of work in with the tools of access consciousness, which has literally changed my life. Like, instead of seeing my mental health as a disability, I now see it as a capacity by the harsh energetics of this reality and people in this reality. And I used to be at the effect of other people and other people's insanity all the time. And I was picking up on all the insanity going on around me, and I was picking up on the insanity going on in this reality, and I was locking it into my body, thinking, sort of embracing my capacity with the spirit world, because I am my first language is energy. So people might say, oh, you're really sensitive, but I'm actually, I am sensitive. I'm very sensitive to energies. I pick them up wherever I go. I'm like an antenna walking around, picking up other people's rubbish. And now I don't have to do that anymore. And since I've started using the tools of access consciousness, I've been able to halve my medication, which I've been on for years, with very, very, very little success rate in ever being able to reduce it by a tiny bit. Not recommending you come off medication. I'm just telling you what I've done. And I've also started to generate my business, my money flows, my relationships are better, all the toxic people have gone. Bye-bye, not interested in playing your games anymore. All the narcissistic personalities I used to attract have gone. Not interested in pleasing those people anymore. Have no point of view about that whatsoever. Just not interested. You know, I'm looking to create consciousness, and I'm looking to create a better world, and I'm looking to help other people realize that they too can change their realities, whatever's going on. And I'm looking to help people. So yeah, I set up Alchemy Vibes because I wanted to provide a platform to talk about these things, and also, you know, I sell holistic products and services. So I do angel card readings, tarot readings. I do access bars facilitation work. I'm an access bars practitioner and facilitator, so I teach it. I am a theta healer, life coach, Reiki master and teacher, and these are aware and sensitive, because these things have given me a way to articulate what I experience energetically, and all these different things have helped me to manage the high levels of energetic awareness that I've got, which used to manifest because I can't dull my awareness. I can't switch it off. It's there. It's part of me. It's part of who I am. But I don't have to dull out my awareness anymore with drugs or drink or medications or anything like that. I can my nervous system. I don't know why or how, it just does. They're called divination tools, I guess, the physical things that can help us calm down the nervous system. And then the other thing that helps me calm down my nervous system is getting my access bars run once a week and doing body work, massage, energy healing, body processes, because that clears energetics, things that I'm picking up energetically. It clears energies, and for me that's really essential, for me to be clearing energies from my space, because otherwise I get severely impacted by other people's projections and energetic stuff. And that's, I guess that's part of being an empath, which is why you need to have tools that will help you manage that awareness, because otherwise it becomes really painful. And then you start attracting like narcissistic people that come in and you think you're wrong when actually you're not. You're just very aware. Okay, I'm going to do a little angel card reading just because it feels light to do that. So if you're listening to this, it means that you are meant to hear this message in a second. And I won't go on for ages because my 3-year-old's going to be back in a minute and he'll probably start jumping all over me. Ooh, no more complaining. Complaints are affirmations of victimhood, which is never true spiritually. Take back your God-given power by affirming that you have an abundance of choices and freedom. With your increased confidence and assertiveness, watch these positive affirmations blossom into reality. I really like that card, actually. And if I'd have drawn that a year ago even, or before I'd started using the tools of access, why can't I succeed in anything? Why is this happening to me? I was so full of anger and resentment and rage and blame and shame and regret and guilt and fear and doubt and all of these things. And the more that when I started like looking at tools of access consciousness, it's really helped me to see that it's an interesting point of view. If you're complaining about something, I would invite you to look at what point of view is holding up. keep sending that back to sender, because that's some weird point of view you've picked up in the past or from people. Is there a problem? Do I have enough money in my bank in the next 10 seconds? Do I have enough money in my bank today to eat? Do I have a roof over my head? Yeah. And when you start being really present like that, you'll realize that there actually isn't any problems. And also, it's a lie that you are a victim. When I look back at how ill I was with my mental health and my addictions, and I sat in 12-step meetings for years saying I was a victim of a disease, I was a victim of a mental health disorder, I was a victim of this reality. And everybody around me was affirming that. Yeah, you've got an illness. The addiction's an illness, and you have to go to these meetings for the rest of your life. And mental health's an illness, and you're never going to be able to get off medication. You're always going to have to live with this depression. And that was keeping me stuck in that limiting point of view. That point of view was being implanted into me by other people. And I literally locked it into my body thinking, oh my God, yeah, this is it. This is my life. Until I met Access Consciousness and started using and living the tools, which is basically, you made a choice. My mental health was a really good way for me to not have to be visible in the world. This was going on subconsciously, obviously, but for me and my experience of it is, it was a great way to it was a great way to hide behind. It was a great thing to hide for me. I'm not saying this is the case for everyone. Everyone's different. But in my case, I wasn't willing to step up and embrace my capacities as somebody who's just very aware and was being very impacted by everything going on around me. It was really easy for me to sort of be a victim of that and hide behind that diagnosis, because I didn't have to work. I didn't have to do anything. I got paid by the benefits people. It was, why would I need to change it? And then I really started to dig deep, and this year I've really rooted out mental health and addiction from the roots in my life, not putting a plaster over them, going to meetings and telling everyone I'm an alcoholic forever, which doesn't work for me. It might work for you, and please don't think that I'm telling you what to do, or saying that Alcoholics Anonymous is bad, or that psychiatrists are bad, or that medication's bad. It's not bad. It's not wrong. Those things saved my life for many, many years, and I needed them at that time. But then for me personally, I got to a point where I realized that there had to be something greater out there for me, because I don't want to be sitting in meetings. I don't want to be in meetings telling everyone I'm an alcoholic. For me, there was a lot of toxic relationships going on for me in their friendships I'm talking about. And I knew there was something greater for me, because I had such a deep, strong spiritual kind of view, holistic view of life. I knew that I could find something that would help me to go beyond it. And I've found that in Access Consciousness. And I'm really grateful for the founders, Gary and Dane. Have a look at their stuff. They're amazing. It's changed my life. So the second card says, face your financial fears. When you are honest with yourself about fears of success or failure, they can no longer control you. Be free of hidden fears by exposing them to the light of awareness, and you'll realize that you, in fact, have nothing to fear, and that every successful person has struggled with and released these self-doubts. That's another thing I've realized this year. Fear is not real. It's an implanted point of view. This reality functions on fear. Fear about COVID, fear about catching COVID, fear about not having enough money, media, the politicians, everything. I have no point of view about any of it. Like I just don't. I have no point of view, but I do know that when I'm functioning from fear, my quality of life is severely impacted, and I don't want to live like that. So I choose to go beyond fear. And when I realize that fear is just a distraction, it's a great way to distract myself from not having to create my own reality. That's when I started to melt it out of my life. Fear of success is a big one for me, because when you're successful, you have to actually show up. You have to be visible. You have to be open to receiving judgment from other people. You have to be willing to receive abusive behavior from other people, because when you're visible and you're being you, people are going to try and tear you down. They won't like it. And you have to be ready to receive that, not put up with it and not receive it as in, oh, I have to take that on. I have to accept that abuse. You don't have to accept abuse, but you just have to be, just receive it. It's a judgment. It's just their interesting point of view. Like, not everybody's going to like my videos. I have no point of view about that. Not everybody's going to like my content. I don't have a point of view, but I'm willing to show up and be visible to help the people out there that are going to get something from my content. Because my new way of dealing with my life is to first and foremost try and help other people change their realities and empower them to know that they know and that they can in fact change their reality. And money's a byproduct of that. Yes, I do get clients that pay me to see them, to help them change their reality, but it's not my prime focus. When I'm in financial fear and worry, which is this card is saying, my primary focus is money and what can I get? What if you start looking at what can I contribute to the world? And when you start doing that, then the money shows up. And money follows joy. Money actually runs away from stress and worry and anxiety and fear. So if you're doing those things, money's just going to run away, because money is followed by joy. So remember that. Money follows joy. Money follows joy. Joy doesn't follow money. So, yeah. What can you create today that will change the world? I'm going to leave it there, guys, because I can hear the door going. My son's coming back in. And yeah, I've been going for like 23 minutes. I've never gone live on YouTube before. If you're interested, that deck of cards is called Angels of Abundance by Dorian and Grant Virtue. It's an amazing deck. I don't think they have them in print of them. Oh, hello. Did you have a nice day at nursery? Yes? Great. You've come back just in time for Mummy's Facebook, Instagram. No, what are we on? YouTube finishing. So yes, guys, it's been really good to see you, and I hope you all have a good evening. And if you think this video might help someone, then share it.
Do you want to watch?
Bye, guys.
She finished now.